Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Murphy, and I'm the senior editor at Wards Auto. And among other things, I run the vehicle test programs that select the Wards 10 Best Engines and the Wards 10 Best Interiors as well. Welcome to our first Wards 10 Best User Experience Awards. We started this competition because there's no other segment of vehicle development facing such a revolutionary change, and because solutions such as these literally are redefining how we interact with cars. We can only imagine the changes and the technologies that are still to come. We judge these vehicles using a testing protocol that's similar to the one that we use for 10 Best Engines and for 10 Best Interiors. As a staff, we drove the vehicles in July and August during our routine daily commutes around Metro Detroit, and then we argued about which 10 were the most deserving. There were 29 nominated vehicles. To be eligible, a vehicle or its user experience components had to be all new. There's no price cap, but value for the money is a key consideration. We judge vehicles against others in their class, meaning that entry-level cars can compete for the award alongside ultra-luxury models. We also added an element where we evaluated vehicles as a group to gain a better understanding of the vehicles and their features. In picking the winners, the editors complete score sheets for every vehicle, and each score sheet has a possible 100 points. And editors grade the vehicles based on these criteria. You can see them here on the screen. So for ADAS, that's adaptive cruise control, and it's also camera-based lane keeping. So it's reading the lane markers and steering within the lane markers. It's also blind spot detection. It's also automated emergency braking. The rest of it is fairly self-explanatory. Under intuitive designs and controls, that is the joystick controller in the center console. It's also the buttons on the steering wheels. It's also the touch screen. It's also voice control. So those were all kind of baked into our process. So that's our judging process, and all 10 winners are present here in the room today. The vehicles are all here, so please take time to climb inside them, check them out. We have power supplied to each vehicle, so you can get behind the wheel and fiddle with the knobs just like we did. So, on with the awards. The Audi Q7 makes it onto our list for its virtual cockpit and for an overall user experience that surprises and delights us in oh so many ways. Let's watch a short video.
Audi was well positioned to impress our editorial judges as we embarked this past summer on the first ever Wards 10 Best User Experiences competition. This emerging sphere of vehicle development, dedicated to exploring the linkage between man and machine, had taken a sizable step forward with Audi's virtual cockpit, a digital and visual wonderland that melds information, entertainment, and access to mission-critical vehicle functions without exacerbating the scourge of driver distraction. 3 Audis equipped with this technology, the A4, Q7, and TTS, were evaluated last winter for Wards 10 Best Interiors, and it was a struggle deciding which one belonged on that list. We opted for the stylish and cleverly packaged TTS. Along comes our new UX competition, which recognizes the Q7 user experience for surprising and delighting us every which way to Sunday. The Q7 is a benchmark among user experiences with its high resolution and brightly colored graphics, simple phone pairing, and touchpad that recognizes handwritten characters, as well as its intuitive multimedia interface central controller that will give you emails and text messages and easy access to multiple entertainment options. What we love about the Q7 is the ease with which its functions can be customized for every driver, including the tech lover who craves full engagement and the old school type who wants to ignore the outside world and merely enjoy the drive. A button on the instrument panel allows the 7-inch center MMI display to disappear like an envelope into a mail slot. Like other new vehicles on our 10 Best UX list advancing the prospect of autonomous vehicles, the Q7 can drive and steer itself in many circumstances, such as on the highway and in heavy traffic. Adaptive cruise control will bring the vehicle to a complete stop, and the automatic go function will have the Q7 restart on its own. The vehicle also is smart enough to route you around traffic. Here's a feature we haven't seen before. ACC is tied to the navigation system, so it will try to reduce your speed in anticipation of a turn into a side street or a freeway exit ramp. But you can overrule this thoughtful driver aid. Well equipped with features such as a stellar Bose 3D surround sound audio system, traffic sign recognition, and power folding third row seats, the Audi Q7 is a functional, intuitive, and technologically advanced CUV that can accommodate 7 reasonably priced for under $73,000. And it looks terrific along the way.
And here to accept for the Q7 is Pam Malhotra, Director of Connected Vehicles at Audi of America.
Thank you very much, Tom. Wards, really appreciate the honor. It was very interesting watching the preceding video prior to the one that you ran for Audi to see how comprehensively you guys tested the user interfaces and the user experience overall for all the vehicles. It's always good when you see both the positive and the negative comments come at you. So thank you. We accept the challenges and we will certainly work on those. But I certainly do appreciate the fact that Wards has recognized the hard work that has gone into producing some very rich interfaces in the new Audi Q7. We have a very extensive team in Germany and shoots of that team that are in the US as well, in California specifically, that work very hard behind the scenes. And I do want to use this opportunity to recognize their contribution towards this award. One thought that I think I will leave you with is, as we were having a small discussion at our table, it seems like this industry is at a little bit of a crossroads right now. Up to this point, everything around user interfaces is primarily driven by the need to avoid distraction. And so a lot of the rules around building those user interfaces are designed with that in mind. And I think that as the industry moves towards more and more autonomous and piloted features, the user interface needs to become a tool to increase engagement. And it'll be interesting to see how those two requirements are met simultaneously. We've got some ideas. You'll be seeing those in our future models. But for now, we really appreciate the support. Thank you.
It certainly is all about distraction. Thank you very much, Pam. The BMW 7 Series delivers a user experience that is unparalleled in both the front and back seats. Let's watch the video.
Move over, ultimate driving machine. Make way for the ultimate user experience. The 2016 BMW 750xi takes the brand's performance luxury celebrity to new heights with industry-leading connectivity, cutting-edge driver assist technologies, an easily navigable human-machine interface, and a number of delightful nuances to keep the fun in fun to drive. Those attributes also vault the car to a 2016 Wards 10 Best UX Award, a new competition recognizing vehicles that excel in marrying software to hardware to enhance the user experience. But as Wards Auto editors found while evaluating dozens of vehicles across a broad price range, very few could fulfill both the mundane and the extraordinary tasks. For example, some cars scored poorly at establishing a Bluetooth connection by either requiring more than a step or two to link up, or simply failing to recognize our devices. Others offering advanced driver assist technologies were sufficiently good at lane keeping or emergency braking, but intervened too often or the alerts were annoying and boisterous. The BMW excels on all fronts, from the first impression to the last. It starts with an optional iPhone-like key fob, a technological marvel that functions as a gateway to the 750xi. With a swipe of the key's small display screen, drivers can remotely set the car's climate control, check fuel levels, check whether it's locked or unlocked, work items such as the windows and lights, and even retrieve it from a parking space. The fob has some heft to it as well to convey, like the car itself, social status and a gratifying sense of invulnerability. But if an owner's preference is to keep the fob in their pocket or handbag, the BMW Connected app is available for smartphones and provides useful information such as fuel level, range, and miles traveled. The app also locates the car and shows its whereabouts in traditional map form or lifelike 3D. It also allows owners to remotely download other apps such as Telecom's Smart Home, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Glimpse, and GoPro, to name a few. It is an important infotainment access point because the 750xi is not compatible with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Unlock the 750xi and the real experience begins. Puddle lights emulating the BMW kidney grille design light the ground, while a choice of amber, blue, or white ambient lighting pours from the sunroof shades, door panels, and audio speakers to create a lounge-like atmosphere. A welcome screen reads, "Welcome inside the BMW 750i." Turn over the engine and an image of the car and its position appears in the gauge cluster, suggesting the freedom of the open road. Pair a smartphone, which takes just seconds, and its calendar can be imported to the central display screen to manage appointments, while music wirelessly streams through the 1400-watt Bowers & Wilkins Diamond surround sound system. Hand gestures control the volume. Mapping details in the navigation display are rich in content and resolution. Traffic conditions, for example, not only show where an incident may lie ahead, but also estimate where the backup starts and ends and whether it is road construction or a crash. If the backup cannot be avoided, front passengers can kill time reading the latest headlines from leading news providers on the central display screen. Perhaps the greatest achievement of the new 7 Series is how manageable engineers and designers made such a wealth of vehicle and connectivity information. The car's iDrive system is backed up by hard buttons and knobs, and the voice command system is among the best tested for a technology still evolving. ADAS technologies, such as full-speed adaptive cruise control and lane keeping, work exceptionally well, and kudos to BMW for a convincing warning system that keeps a driver's hands on the wheels at all times, despite the lure of letting the 7 Series autonomous technology take control. For a brand that built its reputation on the experience behind the wheel, it is remarkable how well BMW executed the rear seat experience. A true executive lounge, key features include expansive legroom with reclining seats that would satisfy professional basketball star LeBron James, and massaging seats capable of working out the bumps and bruises of an NBA title game. A 7-inch Android-based removable tablet unlocks from the center console to control infotainment and comfort features of the back row, while dual 10-inch iPad-like entertainment screens occupy the front seat backs. BMW might be best known for making drivers smile with its unparalleled performance expertise, but the 750xi demonstrates the German automaker can create a user experience like no other as well.
And here to accept for BMW is Kate Alini, 7 Series Product Manager at BMW North America.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here to accept this award on behalf of BMW. We're really excited about it. I'm going to put this down for a moment. The video does a great job of explaining many of the things I was going to talk about today, but I just wanted to give you a little background. When the designers and the engineers were thinking about the new flagship for BMW, they set out and traveled from Munich to 7 different cities across the globe to really understand what customers were expecting and valuing in terms of modern luxury. And the end result was they came up with a vehicle that really does deliver on their expectations. We had launched the vehicle with 25 all-new innovations, all of which are geared towards enhancing the in-car experience for both the driver and the passengers. We are the ultimate driving machine, so we're always about what's best for the driver. And this time with the 7 Series, we've an enhanced experience in the back seat as well, as you saw with the rear executive lounge seating, which transforms the back seat into a mobile office or a first-class passenger experience as well. And we're really excited because we allow this intelligent communication with the driver and the vehicle. They get to choose how they want to communicate with the vehicle, whether it be through voice recognition, which is enhanced with the new 7 Series, or the gesture control with just a movement of the hand. And we also have those hard controls that we know customers value and really appreciate and still want in their vehicle. So we're very excited about this new vehicle. I want to thank our engineers and our designers for all the attention to detail and the hard work they put into the new 7 Series. It's our 6th generation 7 Series. We're very proud of it, and we thank you, Wards, for acknowledging it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. The Chrysler Pacifica also has a mighty fine user experience, not only in the first 2 rows, but in the 3rd as well. Let's watch Jim Irwin's video.
It wasn't enough for FCA to resuscitate the moribund minivan segment with the all-new Chrysler Pacifica and promptly win Wards 10 Best Interiors honors earlier this year. For our Wards 10 Best User Experiences evaluations, staffers considered more than just looks and layouts to determine which vehicles make driving pleasurable, even fun. And we find enough to like to give the Pacifica one of the 10 Best UX awards, joining the Lexus RX and BMW 7 Series as dual winners. It was the only minivan among 29 entrants to be tested, but the Pacifica's creature comforts match or exceed those of many more expensive vehicles. Infotainment and driver assist systems are fundamental to the user experience, and the Pacifica is a winner on both fronts. We're longtime fans of FCA's Uconnect, and its 8.4-inch touchscreen provides the ability to simplify the complexity and has appropriate redundancies. There are 4 knobs on the center stack: the fan, gear selector, and 2 audio controls, including the timeless technology of a tuning dial. Smartphone pairing is effortless. The voice controls, with which many automakers still struggle, are among the best we tested. We have to ask just once for SiriusXM's Underground Garage. The limited model we tested offers no fewer than 7 USB ports and a Blu-ray DVD player connected to 2 seatback video screens with large, sharp displays. Third-row passengers, already treated to reclining seats, easily can see what's playing. We give the infotainment system Braves, nearly across the board. Pretty much maxed out here. All that's missing is a pool table, enthuses editorial director Dave Zoya. The Pacifica offers a serviceable, if not comprehensive, range of today's safety technologies: adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, and pedestrian, blind spot, and rear crosspath detection. Infotainment and ADAS features bump the 17 Pacifica Limited's base price of $42,495 up to $48,455. Not unreasonable for a family needing more space than many costlier SUVs. Finally, this from senior editor Drew Winter. For families and overall utility, this is the best vehicle man has ever invented. Imagine what may come in the future from the company that invented the minivan a generation ago.
And here to accept from FCA US are Chris Benjamin, Head of Interior Design, and Steve Holmes, Head of User Experience.
Thank you very much. Really want to acknowledge the fact that Wards has taken another step towards acknowledging a new profession that's really taken a stronghold within the design field. And it's taken what we've talked about earlier is really where we've merged. We've gone from a hardware-based industry more to a software-based industry. And this whole technology has really allowed us as designers to really offer new features and make the driving more intuitive, easy, and more desirable to our customers. And I really want to thank the design team that's here. We have the FCA design team that's here. These are the guys and gals, you can stand up, that are really, they're the creative part. Don't be shy. I mean, yeah. You know, these are the creative minds that really have made the vehicle what it is. This, along with the interior team, we were able to really combine the two, interior and user experience, together. So thank you very much, Wards, and thank you for this honor. It's been a pleasure, and it's actually great to talk to our counterparts here and really understand the struggles and the milestones that we have to look forward to. So thank you very much.
The Ford Escape is one of those inexpensive vehicles loaded with technology that's not often found in this vehicle segment. Let's watch Dave Zoya's video.
If there's a single vehicle among the 2016 Wards 10 Best UX winners symbolic of the auto industry's winding road journey into the realm of the user experience, it just might be the 17 Ford Escape. Ford has been at the forefront of the connectivity and infotainment movement since it first introduced its sync system in 2007. It knew then it was taking a risk and pushing the envelope with cutting-edge electronics, and the automaker paid for it at times with low scores from consumers and quality surveys, both with the original Sync and its 2010 follow-up dubbed My Ford Touch. That's the same arc the industry is following overall as it tries to determine what works best in an ongoing cycle of trial, error, and refinement around the user experience. But the story ends well for Ford with the 17 Escape and its third-generation Sync 3 system. The CUV's central 8-inch touchscreen presents an uncluttered display with much appreciated large icons and crisp, bold graphics. The screen is supplemented by just the right amount of easy-to-reach hard buttons and dials for mission-critical controls, including a large radio volume knob front and center. Phone connectivity features such as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, quickly becoming must-haves, are on board the Escape as well. More importantly, the revised infotainment system is lightning fast. Huge leap from My Ford Touch, one judge notes on the score sheet. Ford made the touchscreen a little more user-friendly, designing in an overhead handrest of sorts that makes it easier to accurately stab the intended icons while the Escape is in motion. The Escape's voice activation may be the best we've seen, giving us the right radio stations on the first try and easily finding and navigating to points of interest requested. It even passes the P.F. Chang's test with flying colors. Crazy fast and accurate, sums up another judge. For a vehicle in this price range, $35,370 as equipped, our Escape tester packed a long list of high-tech goodies into a well-appointed, crisp and classic black-on-black interior. On the list of features is adaptive cruise control, active parking assist, auto stop-start, blind spot alert, remote start, and lane keeping assist. Interior accent lighting, puddle lamps, and a kick-action liftgate add to the Escape's surprise and delight quotient. The user experience takes yet another step with the Ford Pass smartphone app that enables you to track the vehicle's location, start, lock, and unlock the doors remotely, and find a parking spot. In a nutshell, the Escape is the complete package, and it proves sometimes, the third time's the charm.
Here to accept is Kevin Schad, Escape Brand Manager for Ford Motor Company.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you to Wards for having us out here in this great acknowledgement. In my role with the Escape for the better part of the last few years and getting ready for moments like this, I can't help but be overcome with some sort of paternal emotions, much like a parent would be at a high school graduation or whatnot. So in that case, nice job, kiddo. But the Escape at Ford is what we position as the smart utility vehicle. It often leads our showroom in technology adoption. It creates a lot of excitement, but also a lot of challenges. And we've got one of the best teams in the industry. And I think you'll see a general theme along the discussion points tonight as we look at an industry that's starting to morph into a much more competitive environment that goes above and beyond just delivering exceptionally well-built vehicles and merges into this space of mirroring connected experience that our consumers will have with this product, much like they will with other products in their lives. We're truly seeing the introduction of products that we've never really seen before. So with that, we want to thank Wards, and on behalf of the hundreds of members and engineers at Ford and Ford Motor Company, we thank you for this recognition.
Thank you, Kevin. Connectivity and infotainment are among the GMC Acadia's many strong suits. And as an aside, the Acadia also ranked #1 when we asked our readers to pick their favorite among our 10 winners. Let's watch Christy Swinesberg's video.
The 17 GMC Acadia Denali makes it onto the introductory Wards 10 Best User Experiences list by seemingly doing everything and doing it well. Knocking the socks off our judges is the CUV's excellent, natural-feeling adaptive cruise control, slowing the Acadia down and then inching it up to a stop car ahead to close the gap. Says Judge Bob Gritzinger, it gets a top score from me for excellent down-to-a-stop and creep mode, allowing the Acadia to function autonomously the same way a driver would in traffic. The Acadia's lane keep assist system torques the wheel with just the right amount of pressure to keep you in your lane, and it has vivid, obviously placed icons to let you know when the system is both engaged and reading lane lines, something that surprisingly was missing from a healthy percentage of vehicles tested. Judge James Amond, father of 3, lauds the Acadia's first rear seat child reminder. Logical and easy-to-use controls are areas where many vehicles trip up, but here too the GMC shines. Non-intimidating and intuitive, simple and straightforward, and a perfect balance between knobs and capacitive switches were the findings from judges in this category. For when you don't want to fuss with buttons or knobs, the Acadia's voice recognition system is easy to use and accurate. It's debatable where the Acadia shines best, but this judge loves its maps and navigation system. Our office complex never looked as good as it does on the CUV's map, which renders it eerily accurate. Judge Gritzinger and I also loved how the central control knob, which typically controls audio system volume, pulls double duty and becomes a zoom in out knob for the map when it's on the screen. Connectivity and infotainment are other Acadia strengths, making it a great family mobile. Not only is there Wi-Fi to keep the kids occupied on their tablets in the back seat, it has one of the fastest phone pairings we've ever encountered, so mom or dad can safely call or send text from behind the wheel. Easiest smartphone pairing this side of Mercedes, says Judge Irwin, who also appreciates how the CUV kept him abreast of the weather, not only in his current location but also at his map destination. The GMC boasts a spectacular 5 USB ports, 2 in the front row, 2 in the second row, and 1 in the often neglected third row. It also has the rarest of features, a 120-volt AC outlet in the second row, negating the need for an adapter for devices needing to be charged.
And here to accept from General Motors are Paul Spedafora, Chief Engineer for the GMC Acadia, Micah Jones, Senior Lead Creative Interior Designer, and also Chris Fusco, Design Manager for the GMC User Experience.
I'd like to thank Ward's Automotive Committee for recognizing the 2017 GMC Acadia for its user experience excellence among the global industry top 10 vehicles. I had the great pleasure of managing this highly creative GMC user experience team. And as my colleagues here from engineering and the interior studio will attest, receiving this industry award is an honor for everyone. I graciously accept this award on behalf of the entire GMC user experience team. Thank you very much.
The Honda Ridgeline introduces driver assistance features to the truck market and the coolest pickup bed ever. Stop in at the tailgate party hosted by Panasonic, which turned the bed of the truck into a giant speaker. Here is Christie's video.
The Honda Ridgeline makes it into the winner's circle for the introductory Wards 10 Best User Experience Awards by being chock full of what we call surprise and delight features, plus boasting great connectivity, including Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and 3 USB ports, not to mention the outstanding advanced safety systems and bright and clear maps and displays. On our UX scoring sheets, surprise and delight is defined as attributes that create an immediate emotional connection to the vehicle. Stirring up a lot of emotion for our judges is the Ridgeline's fabled in-bed audio system, which won us over for its huge fun factor. With a simple touch of the truck's bright, colorful center screen, the interior audio is shut off and the pickup bed is pumping out the jams for your whole neighborhood to hear. A pickup bed that turns into a giant speaker for the ultimate tailgate party is most certainly an instance of surprise and delight, says Judge Tom Murphy, noting the system's intended use. The sound system bed is a hoot, agrees Judge Dave Zoya. For this judge, one of the Ridgeline's most surprising and delightful features is its ultra-capable voice recognition system. Compared with other voice recognition systems we test, it can understand a relative slew of spoken commands. Need a caffeine pick-me-up in the afternoon? Just ask the Ridgeline to find places Starbucks and you'll be set. But its voice recognition system boasts more than the usual navigation, phone, and audio capabilities. It also can understand commands related to climate control and voice settings. The ability to change the temperature fan speed is unique, unavailable even in the 6-figure luxury vehicles we test for 10 Best UX. What's more, the voice recognition system worked with great accuracy, rarely misunderstanding us or timing us out while it was processing a request. Also performing well was the Ridgeline's advanced safety systems, including its excellent adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, says editor James Amond. ACC shuts off, thankfully in an obvious way, below 20 miles per hour. Lane keep is adjustable, and with it there's no annoying beeping, just a gentle tugging of the wheel to alert you you're veering too close to lane lines. Says Judge Murphy, I'm okay with these systems configured in this way. Honda's giving people important driving aids that flirt with autonomous functionality, but also is erring on the side of requiring driver interaction.
Here to accept, Kerry McClure, Chief Engineer for the Ridgeline at Honda.
Thank you and good afternoon. On behalf of Honda Research and Development and all the other associates that worked with me on the 2017 Honda Ridgeline, we're really proud and excited to receive this award from Wards. I wanted to say that, as a project, we went through the normal, executive request of, more and better and increase this and do better that. So we wanted to make a better looking truck and make it achieve better fuel economy, make it more comfortable and roomier on the inside. But as we did our focus groups and talked to our customers, we also learned that for trucks specifically, that the user experience extends beyond the inside of the vehicle and beyond the driving experience, and it's also the experience of using the vehicle after you park it. So as you saw in the video, we had a conversation about college football one day, and it turned into, well, how do we make the Ridgeline a better tailgating vehicle? And we already knew that we had this in-bed trunk that also works as a cooler. And we said, what else do you need for that tailgate? You need your tunes and you need some power. So that led us to the feature that you saw in the video, the in-bed audio system. In addition to that, there's the 400-watt bed outlet that you can use to watch your TV on. So anyway, it turned into a great feature that initially some people thought was a little gimmicky, but in the end, our customers that have purchased the car so far have really appreciated that. So again, thank you, Wards, for this award, and really appreciate it.
The Hyundai Elantra was one of the most inexpensive vehicles that we tested, but certainly not the least sophisticated. Let's watch Bob Gritzinger's video.
In today's technology-driven world, it's relatively easy for an expensive luxury brand to rise to the top of Ward's 10 Best User Experience list by loading all the latest wizardry into its vehicles. So it comes as somewhat of a surprise when a value leader like the 17 Hyundai Elantra crashes the party. The least expensive entry in our field of 29 nominees, checking in at just under $28,000, our limited tester offered an array of capabilities and high-tech gadgetry that even some of the most expensive nominees couldn't muster. My notes praising the Elantra's adaptive cruise control were effusive. I said, this is a stunning level of active driver assistance at this price point. Part of my rating is based on consistency. Does it give me confidence that it will pick up cars ahead and stop every time, or just some of the time? The Elantra knocks it out of the park on consistency. This car's ability to bring itself to a near stop is amazing. Note the near stop phrasing. The Elantra made our list despite not having full range cruise control, that is, the ability to bring the car to a complete stop without driver intervention. That's an attribute that most of our award winners were capable of doing. Instead, the Elantra automatically slows itself down to about 5 miles an hour, providing clear visual and audible warnings when it is relinquishing control, allowing the driver to take over braking and come to a full stop. Hyundai tells us the Elantra's lack of an electronic parking brake prevents it from being able to handle full stopping, unlike the more expensive midsize Sonata sedan that does have an e-brake and does offer full-range adaptive cruise control. Despite this shortcoming, the Elantra's consistently dependable adaptive cruise control, as well as functional lane keeping assistance and pedestrian alert, earned it major points, especially when one considers relative value. Said one judge, for the money, I can't think of another vehicle that delivers active lane assist and adaptive cruise control that will creep you through traffic and take you to almost a full stop before handing back control. I was very impressed. The same judge also noted that the Elantra alerted him to 2 pedestrians who were about to step into a crosswalk at an intersection. Said another judge, this is where the Elantra absolutely shines. Lane keeping and adaptive cruise control put this car in a technology league with luxury cars 3 times the price. It should be noted that while one element of the judging criteria for Ward's 10 Best User Experience is functionality of active driver assistance systems such as lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control, our testers always actively engage in piloting test vehicles. We recognize assistance systems may offer some level of semi-autonomous capability, but are not intended to allow fully autonomous vehicle operation.
Good, we're rolling along. Not that kids don't do this at home. Or with your parents' car.
Awed as we were by the Elantra's active driver assistance systems, our judges also were pleasantly impressed by the car's excellent voice controls, distinct maps, accurate navigation, quick reaction time, good audio, ample connectivity options, and little surprises like illuminated USB ports. Well done, Hyundai, and welcome to the party.
Here to accept is John Robb, Senior Manager of Electronic Systems Development at Hyundai Motor.
We did it. Very happy. In fact, I'd like to thank the editors of Wards for acknowledging the Elantra for its success and its design. I'm humbled as well as excited. This is a team effort. I'd like to congratulate our engineers in Korea, those in headquarters as well as at our R&D center. I'd also like to congratulate our teams in California and our R&D center in Ann Arbor. It's a group effort, it's a global effort, and it shows that it has been successful. I was excited with the video. I was shocked at the nice things that have been said, and I really appreciate Wards. They've got it, they figured it out. I'm not a powertrain guy, so I'm prefacing this comment. This is what our customers really desire. It's how they interact and how they, exchange their pleasantries when they're driving the vehicle. I know I always have fights with our powertrain director. He's always like, oh, it's all about powertrain. No, it's not. This is where it is in the future. The thing here is that all of us in this room, OEMs, suppliers, and such, we're all going to have the same features and content. We are. It's how we implement them and how our customers accept them that makes who we're going to be. So congratulations to all the other OEMs, and thank you again to Wards for this prestigious award.
Well said, John. The Infiniti Q50 lands on our list by making a powerful visual statement and for offering a full array of excellent driver assistance systems. Let's watch Drew Winter's video.
The goal of user experience design is to make technology simple to use, easy to understand, and aesthetically pleasing. The refreshed Infiniti Q50 does this well, starting with twin display screens in the center stack that make a powerful statement. We're not usually fans of stacking screens, but Infiniti makes the design work functionally and visually with good sight lines and simple, intuitive icons placed within easy reach. A lot of elements go into creating a great UX design, but too often product developers get sucked into the more always is better school of thought. If a previous model had X number of functions, they work too hard trying to show the newest model has 2 times or 4 times as many features. This can result in complex interfaces and drivers being intimidated rather than enthralled by a new car or truck. The Q50 avoids these traps by offering redundant controls on the center stack and steering wheel in addition to voice commands. This helps avoid fumbling around while driving and limits distraction. There also are helpful embedded videos that explain the various vehicle technologies, something you find in much more expensive vehicles. With a sticker price of more than $57,000, you do expect a full array of advanced driver assist systems, but Infiniti raises the bar by offering several ADAS features it claims are world firsts. The upgraded adaptive steering offers the ability to modulate assisted steering response to suit driver preferences, and it now works with active lane control to maintain lane position against crosswinds and uneven road surfaces. Infiniti's predictive forward collision warning system also can alert the driver to risks beyond the immediate field of view. Infiniti says the system not only senses the relative velocity and distance of a vehicle directly ahead, but also senses a vehicle traveling in front of the preceding vehicle and can warn the driver of a potential collision. Clearly, these are strong building blocks for fully autonomous driving. Wrapping up all this advanced technology with a bow is a beautifully designed interior cabin featuring high-quality materials and finely crafted surfaces and textures.
Here to accept is Peter Bedrosian, Senior Manager and Chief Marketing Manager at Nissan North America.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank Wards Auto for this award. I'm accepting it on behalf of my Infiniti colleagues around the globe. I did have a 10-minute speech prepared, but I'm going to spare you because this is a very important award for us because it's very topical. As we integrate more technologies into our vehicles, the user experience has to be protected, has to be thought through. So again, talking about distraction, et cetera. These are very important topics for us. And for Infiniti, technology really is a core element of our brand and in everything that we do. And some of the technologies that were in the video were first to the industry, like steer-by-wire direct adaptive steering and predictive forward collision warning are first in the world, but when we develop these, we always keep the user experience in mind. That's very important for us. On the Q50, we have integrated these high technologies, excuse me, with mixture of voice commands, with dual touch screens, and also hard buttons and knobs for the driver to customize and sort of set their own user experience inside the vehicle. So with that, I want to thank Wards for the award. And on behalf of Infiniti employees, retailers, and our engineers, I want to thank everybody for the award. Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Lexus RX makes our list for a user experience that is soothing and an adaptive cruise control system that worked flawlessly. Let's watch Steve Finley's video.
When Lexus unveiled its redone 4th generation RX midsize luxury CUV last year, a lot of the buzz centered on its exterior styling, particularly the rather polarizing spindle front grille. But here's the inside story. The RX interior is top rate, from its craftsmanship to its technology and connectivity. Earlier this year, we recognized the impeccable interior execution by putting the RX on the Wards 10 Best Interiors list. Now, the vehicle's outstanding user experience features land the RX on the inaugural Wards 10 Best UX ranking. Bells and whistles don't make the RX a UX standout. There are no whiz-bang surprises, yet the overall UX effect is one of a calm connection to an otherwise busy world, an editor says on his score sheet. The navigation screen and head-up graphics are sharp and detailed, the lane-keeping assist non-aggressively gets the job done, and the adaptive cruise control is ironclad. Its radar readily locks onto the vehicle ahead and alters the speed accordingly. We drove it to northern Michigan and back in that semi-autonomous state. The ACC system quickly fosters driver confidence at a time when polled drivers express a degree of anxiety over the prospects of leaving the driving to upcoming autonomous vehicles. One judge particularly liked that when he entered the name of a store in the RX navigation system, it gave directions and showed on the screen map where in the shopping mall the store is. That's precision. UX features particular to the RX include its center console computer mouse-like controller. Okay, some critics don't like it, but what's not to like? It works easily and responsibly as the user points and clicks to assorted menu items, cutting down on driver distraction. Not to knock those spin controllers in some other vehicles, but aren't humans by now more deft at using a mouse rather than a spinner to menu around? Lexus thinks so and came up with a user-friendly way to do that. But it's not the only way because there are multiple methods to access menus and information. Those include a voice command system that, unlike some others we've tested, doesn't seem hearing impaired. Lexus has a reputation for putting much thought into its vehicles, from how they are engineered to how they are made. High on that list as well is how they interact with their drivers.
Here to accept is Kurt McAllister, Midwest Public Relations Manager at Toyota Motor Sales USA.
Good afternoon. I'd like to again thank Wards for the award on behalf of Toyota Lexus. I thought for once I'd be in a award program and someone wouldn't mention the grill, but apparently it's not even off limits here. We're talking about interiors, but yeah, it's been a good year for RX. And you know, RX has been the best-selling Lexus here in North America for the better part of 12 years. And so it's very competitive to get on the design and engineering teams at Lexus. And so they take a lot of pride. And of course, interactivity, HMI, and of course, our suite of safety technologies are at the heart of this vehicle. The interior was created with kind of a family room, a posh family room environment, knowing that most Americans spend about 12 hours a week in their vehicles. So I know that the Lexus team is very excited to receive this award. I've got my FedEx box waiting to send it off. But again, on behalf of Lexus and Toyota, thank you very much.
And last, but certainly not least, the Mercedes E-Class delivers it all: style, sophistication, user-friendliness, and the ability to change lanes by itself. Let's watch the video.
For the past 3 years, Mercedes-Benz has been consistently hitting design home runs with the S-Class
then the C-Class, followed by the GLC utility vehicle, all of which won Wards 10 Best Interiors honors the past 3 years. Now, the all-new E-Class sedan gets its moment to shine, and it truly does in each judging criteria of the inaugural Wards 10 Best UX competition. Connecting a smartphone is fast and easy, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto work well, providing access to apps and information already loaded on your smartphone. The display screen is mesmerizing with its crisp, colorful graphics spanning one massive 2-foot sheet of glass stretching from the left side of the steering wheel all the way to the passenger side. A brow over top helps prevent glare. The information available on this Jumbotron is truly staggering, but Mercedes designers were smart in configuring menus to be simple and straightforward. Whether the driver or passenger is cycling through radio and audio options, reading the digital owner's manual, or deciding on a favorite ambient light color, each page along the way is graphically compelling and in some cases animated. Kudos to the design team for insisting on airy menu pages with minimal clutter to distract or frustrate. Toggling through all this information is another highlight in the E-Class. As we have said about other Wards 10 Best UX winners, redundancy is the key to success. Choose your favorite method of interacting with the car, using the touchpad or the rotary dial controller ergonomically placed in the center console, or the touch-sensitive control buttons on either side of the steering wheel. You can also use voice commands to perform many functions. What puts the E-Class over the top is its world-class driver assistance systems. Want to creep through a construction zone with no hands on the wheel or feet on the pedals? Let the car accelerate, brake, and steer itself at speed on the highway for a spell? Change lanes automatically? Read and obey traffic signs? It's all possible with the new E. Finally, let's talk price. We know $73,000 is a lot of money, but consider the market for mid-size luxury cars and the features on board the E-Class at this price. We also tested other premium vehicles that were well equipped and cost more. The Wards Auto staff unanimously preferred the user experience in the Mercedes. Don't forget some of the other features that came on our E-Class tester, such as massaging seats, wireless phone charging, Burmester surround sound, and front seats with rapid heating functionality. Indeed, Mercedes is on a hot streak.
And here to accept is Julie Lockhart, the Principal Interaction Designer at Mercedes-Benz R&D North America.
Hi, last but not least, I'd like to thank Wards Auto for this award and acknowledgement, and to the judging panel who got to review the E-Class. As an interaction designer, I was thrilled to be working on the new generation E-Class. This is our 10th generation, and having the user experience taken outside of the interior awards. I think this is really important. You can see how much this topic area is getting attention in our field. So I was focused more on the infotainment system. So you see these two large, beautiful displays, and the first thing you look at is like, what can I put on those displays? But really, we have to keep ourselves in check to not overclutter and distract the user, because really their main task is driving. Whatever we have on those secondary displays is secondary to them. With the new generation E-Class, so many exciting new safety systems are included. So it's important my job to make displays and graphical elements that help the user understand those systems and feel safe while they're driving. So not only me, but the entire design team, mostly in Germany, but we also have research centers across the world in China and California. So I'm really happy to accept this award on their behalf, and really privileged and honored to get this.
And let's have another round of applause for our winners.